A very good morning to Dr. Ismail. My name is Ta and Kai from Group AMTC of the Data Communication. Today, my group are going to present about Chapter 2, which is network models. What is network model? Network model is a network that provides the same basic function to transfer a message or data from sender to receiver. Each network can use different network hardware and software to provide this function. Computer network models are responsible to establishing connection among the sender and receiver and transmitting the data in a smooth manner respectively. There are three network architecture models, which is OSI, referral model, internet model, and hybrid TCP/IP OSI model. The two main components of network architecture model is layers and protocol. In OSI model, the International Standard Organization (ISO) is a multinational body dedicated to worldwide agreement or international standard. An ISO standard that covers all aspects of network communication is the Open System Interconnection (OSI) model. In this figure, show the OSI model layer involved when a message is sent from device A to device B. As the message travels from A to B, it will pass through intermediate node. This intermediate node usually involves only the first three layers of the OSI model, which is physical layer, data link layer, and network layer. What is a peer-to-peer process? Peer-to-peer process are processes on two or more devices communicating at the same layer. In this figure, physical layer in device A sends a string of bit to device B through intermediate nodes. How does information get passed from one layer to the next in OSI model? The passing of the data and network information down through the layer of the sending device and back out through the layers of the receiving device is made possible by an interface between each pair of adjacent layers. Layers 1, 2, and 3, which is physical layer, data link layer, and network layer, are the network support layer. Layers 5, 6, and 7, which is user layer, presentation layer, and application layer, are user support layer. In Internet model, only application layer is the user support layer because application layer in the Internet model is equivalent to the combined user, presentation, and application layer in the OSI model. Layers 4, which is the transport layer, link the two subgroups, which is layer 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, and 7. The transport layer ensures what the lower layer have transmitted is in a form that the upper layer can use.
There are 7 layers architecture in OSI model. The first layer is physical layer. The physical layer is responsible for the actual physical connection between devices. The physical layer contains information in the form of bits. It will convert the data in the form of bits, zeros and ones, and will send them to the data link layer. There is 4 other functions of physical layer. There is bit synchronization, bit rate control, physical topologies, and transmission node. The second layer of OSI model is data link layer. The data link layer is responsible for the node-to-node transfer of message. The main function of data link layer is to make sure the data transfer is error-free from one node to another node over the physical layer. When a packet arrives in a network, it is responsible of data link layer to transmit to the host using MAC, which is Media Access Control Address. Data link layer is divided into 2 sub-layers. First one is logical link control. The second is media access control. The function of data link layer is framing, physical addressing, error control, flow control, and access control.
The third layer of OSI model is network layer. Network layer works for the transmission of data from one host to the other located in different networks. It also takes care of packet routing, which is selection of the shortest path to transmit the packet from the number of routes available. The sender and receiver IP address are placed in the header by network layer. The function of the network layer are divided by 2. which is routing and logical addressing. The fourth layer in OSI model is transport layer. Transport layer provides service to application layer and takes service from network layer. The data in transport layer is referred as segments. It is responsible for the end-to-end delivery to complete the message. Transport layer also provides the acknowledgement of the successful data transmission and retransmit the data if an error is found. At sender side, transport layer receives the formatted data from the upper layer, perform segmentation and also implement flow and error control to ensure proper data transmission. At receiver side, the transport layer reads the port number from its header and forward the data which it has received to the respective application. There are two functions of transport layer. First is segmentation and reassembly. The second is service point addressing. The services provided by transport layer is the connection-oriented service and the connection-less service.
In the OSI model, the session layer is the fifth layer, which is Network Dialog Controller. It establishes, maintains, and synchronizes the interaction among the communicating system. There are three functions of session layer. First, this layer allows two systems to start communication with each other in half-duplex and full-duplex mode. Next, this layer provides services such as token management, which prevents two parties from attempting the same critical operation at the same time. Last, this layer allows a process to add checkpoints, which are considered as synchronization points into streams of data. Next layer is the presentation layer. It ensures that the message is presented to the upper layer in a standardized format. It deals with the syntax and the semantics of the message. The function of this layer is encoded the message from the user-dependent format to the common format and vice versa for communication among dissimilar systems. Second, this responsible for data encryption and decryption of sensitive data before they are transmitted over common channels. It is also responsible for data compression. Data compression is done at the source to reduce the number of bits to be transmitted. It reduces the storage space and increases the file transfer rate. It is also particularly useful for transmission of large multimedia files. The application layer is the last layer of OSI model and in the TCP/IP protocol suite. It consists of protocols that focus on process-to-process communication across an IP network and provides a firm communication interface and end-user interface. Functions of application layer include the following. First, Network Virtual Terminal. It is a software version of a physical terminal and it allows a user to log on to a remote host. Next, File Transfer Access and Management. This application allows a user to access files in a remote host to make changes or read data. Next, Mail Services. This application provides the basis of email forwarding and storage. Last, Directory Service. This application provides distributed database sources and access for global information about various objects and services.
In conclusion, the 7 layers of OSI model are related to each other and each layer defines a part of the process of moving information from sender to receiver across a network. 7 layers have their own function and provide guidelines for the development of universally compatible networking protocol. So, the concept of layer is very important in OSI model to transfer messages from sender to receiver. Also, the concept of layer is very useful in our daily life, such as two friends communicate through postal mail.
Networks. It also takes care of packing.
There is other function for physical layer, which is bit synchronization, bit rate control, physical.
Okay.
There are three network architecture models, which is reference, OSI,